Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. Today I'm joined with Inti Campo.
Hello everyone, I'm glad to be back.
I've moved the things around and stuff like that, and now he's he's in a different area, but he's back to help us in the chat room and make sure that everybody's behaving themselves and having a good time, and also looking for your questions for later on. But we're gonna do some TA, and just so you know, Inti's got a few words for you for words that you need to know about this TA.
Yes, as always, it's good to remind you people that this video is for entertainment purposes only and this is not a financial advice. You should always do your own research before putting your hard-earned money on the market.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, that's always important at all times when you watch a YouTube video, right? To go, is that information correct? Ask that question and make sure that you go and find out what the answer is to that question. All right, with that said, today we're going to be doing, talking about a lot of things, right? One, after the TA, we're going to be going over one of my subscribers called Tech Lead. I subscribe to a lot of people on YouTube, and one of them is Tech Lead, and I watched a video, and it's like, wow. He says he's burnt out as a millionaire, and you know what? I've been there, and I'll explain why he's where he is at, and what he needs to do if he happens to watch this video. And so I found it very interesting because I'm fired up, man. I'm ready to go. so yeah, we're going to be discussing that. Also, we're going to be discussing my video with mmCrypto, just a short information on that. We're also doing talking about the shadow banning that's going on. Basically, I've noticed that Alessio Russani has been shadow banned for probably talking about Bitcoin. And I have other things about Pandoras Wallet that I want to announce. But so if you're interested in all that, please stick around and watch the show. All right. Links are in the description below. So let's get started with the TA. All right. Well, on the mmCrypto show, I found a Davo, and I decided, hey, you know what? That's a good way. This is a good one to take. If you're interested in taking it, and look at that, took you to the target. I said this is a safe, nice target, not too far up, not too far down, right? It's at the 50% level, and it was a good trade. I should have taken it. I don't know why I didn't. I was just lazy, I guess, last night, and I just didn't go and do this trade because it was such an easy. It was a gimme, right? This was a gimme. But there's another option here with the Davos. Now, it's obviously no guarantees from the management here. But what happens is, because it's a Davo, that's a 2-to-1 Davo, not a 3-to-1, what they tend to do, the Davos, right, the 2-to-1 Davos, is you can use them as a double dip. So basically, you can actually short this and get the 2-to-1 going the other way, right? That's what I've noticed. More often than not, you can get away with it. So basically, that would be your target. Your stop loss would be, let's see if that works. Let's see if you were actually stopped out. Nope, you're not stopped out. Alrighty. So yeah, there you go. It's a little bit, it's a little scary, right? But yeah, those double dips tend to work out pretty well. Most of the time, right? Just not all the time, of course. And and if you were to take your short here, you're playing from a position of strength, because look, I mean, your losses are going to be even less than the 1.4%. But of course, if you do a little bit of math, right, which we show you in our group, and I'm going to show people in our group again with another video sometime today, how to avoid losing more money than your 5% rule that you set for yourself, even if the trade is a large percentage amount. I know this is not 5%, but if you use leverage right, it could easily go above 5%. But you can still reduce your risk. Now, those of you, I noticed that there's a few questions about Pandora's Wallet in the chat group there. We will get to those questions in a minute. Alrighty, with that said, let's take a look at the longer term picture, right? Bitcoin is, I like how this U bottom is happening. I mean, like, wow, that's pretty good on the hourly. Let's take a look. Let's zoom out and see what we see. I really think that we should have a pullback here, but the more I look at it, the more I feel that, hey, you know what, that pullback might not come, and we might just be blasting off like crazy here. Let's just see. Let's just wait and see what the hourly time frame gives us over time, and see if it gives us any kind of other opportunity to make a continuation trade into a higher bound, and maybe try taking that trade, as risky as it is, because it is in a position that is not of strength. So keep that in mind. Now, let's just make this over here. I really think that we should bounce in this area. It would be interesting to see if we did that, but I doubt it. I think the real chart, right? This is the weekly chart, right? Even though it says 4 hour there, this is not telling us much. This weekly chart, other than, hey, we're in a bull phase. I think the next week should be like sideways chop, but let's just see. Let's go to daily over here, right? There we go. So again, it's challenging this resistance zone very well, which is a possibility. But I think because we're gonna go another day outside the Bollinger Band, I can't all in good conscience have you guys take a risk of pushing higher. The odds of it pushing higher from here is extremely low. So effectively, the best trades to make right now are short trades into this as this thing rises. There's several trades to make with regards to this price action. And you know what? I'm going to be leaving those trades, those special trades, for the Pandora's Wallet subscribers, so that they can take advantage of that. But yes, there's lots of trades to be made, especially if you guys take this Davo trade. You got that one, but if that fails, you know what? That could possibly fail, the Davo trade, and yeah, I have that link. Actually, the link for that Davo trade is in the description below. All right, so this is daily. Let's take a look at what the 4 hour is saying. I find that the 4 hour has no kind of divergence. It's clearly like now back to the oversold and going back higher. I think we're going to push higher, and we could push a little bit higher, right? Or stop at the 78.6. I don't know for sure. I need to let the oops, is this the 4 hour? Oops, not the 4 hour. Should have been 4 hour. Didn't I click on the 4 hour? Not sure now. I did. Okay. Yes. So if we yeah, it looks like, wow, I like that. Now, if another interesting thing is that if we come back down here and do another U, right? Like I think that we might do, that could produce a nice W, pushing us a lot higher into the weekend. Not a sustainable rally, but that's a possibility as well. Yeah, so yeah, I would be careful with your shorts. This short most likely might turn out to be positive, but another short up here is going to be a little bit difficult to pull off. It's probably the most likely scenario, right? A short up here, but It's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard sell. So, with that said, let's talk about the other topics of today, right? Which is let's start with Pandora's Wallet. As you know, I've closed off the special offer of unlimited access to my Telegram group, and so you'll no longer be able to purchase that particular feature from now on. So you'd have to renew your subscription every year or every month if you went with the monthly program and so forth. In order to maintain your access to this private Telegram group, where we're going to share some trades even today, because I feel like there's a lot of price action. I want to share that with everybody. Now, I've also closed off the payment processor, because I don't want anybody to really think that, oh, wait a minute, I could get that offer right now, and then flood our support team with requests begging to be added to the unlimited plan. And yeah, you're too late. You had like 2 months to make that purchase, right? People, I mean, the most amount of people purchased on the very last day. And well, you know what? That's what people tend to do, and they wait for the last minute. And so I didn't want any confusion as to whether or not you got in under the radar, and you were basically in the group or not. So that's why I turned off the payment processor. If you want to join the Pandora's Wallet group, you can still do so, but you're gonna have to wait until Sunday. And Sunday we do another trading video, a live video with everybody in the evenings, and you will be able to watch the recording later on as well if you wish, if you're unable to make it. All right, now let's talk about let's see here, one more thing I'm gonna discuss also. If you haven't seen it yet, please check out the video from I did with mmCrypto. Very relevant, very interesting, and you can see what we talked about there. Very funny too, I thought. Please head over to my Twitter page and retweet this, because I feel I'm being shadow banned along with Alessio Sani. Not 100% sure, so I want anyone who is a subscriber to my channel and they do not see my video showing up in their feed to record it, right, and send it to me. Either post it inside the Twitter, or send me a message on Twitter, right? I don't have time to go through all my messages, but you could do it anyways. And so that and then I will be giving away some bitcoins if that's the case, because I'm tired of YouTube doing this to everybody, and really they need to be, because if you take this to court in the United States, I mean, this is they have jury trials for this kind of thing, and there's no way YouTube will not lose a buttload of money for doing this in the middle of a pandemic, for preventing people from making money in the middle of a pandemic. That is just, I mean, they'd be finished in a jury trial. Finished. Can you imagine what would happen? Like, it's a travesty of justice. I can see the lawyer now. Travesty of justice. Oh my God. They would not stand a chance. So they're going to see some serious pain, max pain, right? If I could just get together the evidence to prove what they're doing, and then win some court battle. So yeah, help out with that if you can. All right, now for the main point of this show, I want to talk about the tech leads video. Basically, the link's in the description below. If you head over to if you take a look at that description, you see he has a video there. I'm not going to play it, but basically he talks about how, he's just living in his parents' house, doing side hustles, not really have any direction. He's got lots of money, and he thought, okay, well, maybe I'll buy something to cheer me up. And I've been there. I've like, yeah, you know what? I have money, and there's nothing to buy, right? And I don't know what to buy. And this was a long time ago, actually, before I even came to Chile. I had his kind of like revelation when I was married with 2 children. I was like, what is this all? Is this all there is? And I felt like that as well. And now I understand where he's coming from. And that after his divorce, right? He got divorced. He's in a position where he doesn't know what the point is, right? He's lost his wife. He's lost his children, right? And what's the point now, right? Because men are like, the guys are hunters and killers and bring in the food home for the wife to cook it up and eat, right? And for the children to make sure that they're well taken care of, and he gets to enjoy the time with his children and his wife because he's doing all that, right? And now all that's gone, right? And you're like, okay, what do I do, right? What should I do now? Because it really hauls you out, because I've been through that. And what I did was, as a programmer, I did research, right? And I found that 90% of men that get divorced end up exactly like that guy. And they feel that there's, but not as bad, not as a lot worse than that guy sometimes, in most cases too. They end up not even bothering to work, right? Because what's the point? They don't try to increase their wealth. They don't try to do anything. They just maintain basically where they are. And because one, the system is rigged against them in the divorce court. So, and I learned that, right, the hard way. And he's feeling like, what should I do? Well, the first thing you need to do, right, if you ask me, because I've been through that, was my brother told me, right, which turned me around, because I was like heading in that direction, man. I was definitely heading in that direction. He told me that, you know what, there's 2 outcomes to your life going forward, because in the future this will pass, and you will get better. Now, the only way you can do this is if you're going to decide. You have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to be an example of what not to do, or do you want to be an example of what to do? And I decided I was going to be an example to what to do. And so what I did was I focused on improving myself. That was it. That was the key thing that I did. Focus on improving yourself. And then why was I focusing on improving myself? Because I wanted to attract a mate, a woman that would make me happy. Not only make me help me be happy with myself, right? But also what was aligned with the same values that I had, right? And I wrote down all the things that I wanted in a potential mate, and I made sure that I looked exactly for that, and I went and got it. And because if you do those things, you have your goals and you go for it, right? Make sure you have the reasons for those goals. And I think he's mentioned that he's lonely, right? Even though he's got his family and the YouTubers as well, right? And I understand that because hey, I've seen this before, and I've read about this, and basically all you have to do is like focus. And I when I was searching for a mate, it got to a point where it was hard. It was about to give up. And so what I started to do was like, okay, you know what? If this is not working, because I'm not finding what I want. What I'm going to do is build a company, because I had lots of money like him, and I was just not doing anything, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to do something and build something, because you know what? If I build something that helps people, right? I'll feel like a sense of accomplishment, not just not just doing something that's just a side hustle or whatever. And I know that every single business is just about helping people, but you know what? With this cryptocurrency universe, right? You're doing more than just helping someone. You're getting people out of the rat race of trying to work and save in order to save for your retirement and making sure that you have enough. The system is rigged against anyone who does not understand it, or does not have the ability to make large sums of money, such as the tech lead has done through his job. Now, and so he can join our basic group of Bitcoiners, learn about how money works, because I'm sure he has no clue, pretty sure, and basically he started, some of the video courses that are available online, like Crash Course from David Madison, or actually Mike Maloney's course. What's it called? Hidden Secrets of Money. Right? Those are beautiful videos that he could watch, and you guys could watch if you haven't seen them. They're excellent videos, and I'll try to remember to put the link in the description below. All right. With that said, let's head over to the questions and answers. I think that hopefully I helped tech lead over there learn something that he needs to focus. Remember, the number one thing, right, when you want to change the world, focus on yourself, because that's the hardest part. All right, what do we got for questions today?
Okay, a lot of things, but before that, we have 547 people watching the stream right now. Thank you, people, for your support. And if you want to continue supporting Davinci, you can leave your like here. We highly appreciate it. Isn't it, Davinci?
Exactly. You know what? And if we get to 1,000 likes right today, I will give away a treasure wallet to some lucky commenter in the video. So if you comment also in the video, and we get 1,000 likes on this video, I will give away a ledger or a treasure wallet to one of the commenters. All right.
So the first one is a super chat from this gentleman called Anthony. Thank you, sir. And he asked, "Hi Davinci, love the work, keep it up. Thoughts on the scam known as Hex? Huge pumps, very little volume, only on Uniswap. It is as much as an asset as debt is to the Federal Reserve. No true value."
Okay, well, what do I think about Hex as well? I can't really for sure call it a scam because I didn't spend enough time to actually prove it or not. But what I did do is go and listen to what, what's his name? I forget what the guy's name, I guess, who ran the Hex system. But Richard Hart, that's what his name is. And I listened to him, and I read his white paper and tried to figure out what he meant by what was going on. I couldn't figure it out. Now, if I sat and really studied it, I probably could, but in order to determine if it was going to work. But the moment that I couldn't understand, if he couldn't explain it quickly, I knew there was something wrong, and I wasn't going to bother going further in order to prove what was wrong. Because you know what, my time is valuable, and I need to focus on things that I know that could be possible, that will work, and spend my time on that and not trying to expose frauds. Now, if something can't be explained simply, and you don't understand it, yeah, I think you should not touch it. Basically, you should just step away. Now, if somebody comes back to me and explains Hex to me in a simple way, and so that I could see how if it's going to work or if it's not going to work, I might change my mind, right? So I'm going to leave it open as to whether or not it's a fraud or not, because I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand it, and it may be the fault of me not taking the time to do so. So I'm not going to pass judgment on Hex until I actually understand how it works. All right, next question.
Next question. This is another super chat from this gentleman called Diego Arce. Thank you for your support. And he asks, is there any possibility of an all-season pre or post-halving?
Is there alt season, possibility of alt season? Yes, there's always a possibility of an alt season. Whether or not we're going to get one is, I think we should get one because it's been over a year since we actually seen one, at least decent, well, not over a year, but like at least 10 months since we last seen an alt season, right? Last year it ended, the alt season did show up between March and April last year in 2019. We did see one. It wasn't huge, but it was there. And then it turned around after that in May as Bitcoin was starting to pump. Now, are we going to see the next alt season in July, the normal June, July, August alt season? Who's to know for sure, right? With this pandemic and lots of things going on in the world, it's going to be difficult to say with absolute certainty that it's going to happen at those in the regular time frames that it usually does. But I'm betting that it will. I am betting that it will, and so that's what I'm doing. All right, next question.
Okay, so there are plenty of questions about Pandoras Wallet, so I'm going to start mixing it with our topics. So here's a very important question that we always get on our videos, and this is from Carlson. He says, "Hi sir, why should I pay for Pandoras Wallet that not even support the phone usage? With the fee, don't you think it's better to get a hardware wallet such as Ledger or Trezor to store the coin? And here's the thing, you don't want Pandoras Wallet only for storing your coins. It's much greater than that." And Davinci has a very entertaining video explaining how Pandoras Wallet works. Isn't it, Davinci?
Yes, yeah. We have it's a trader's wallet because it's designed mostly for traders. It's designed to take your money off the exchange and keep it in your wallet, so that if the exchange goes down, you don't lose your money. Now, with that, since we're talking about that, we're going to be sharing that video. I'll share that video at the end of the stream. Right, it will be popping up. And also, before I forget, because I almost forgot, I want everyone who's our subscriber to go and check out this video here that I did explaining how to get into Telegram group, what you need to do. Even if you have Telegram, please watch this video. I explain a few things that you need to know. That's very important. It's a very short video, and yeah, please check it out. The link is in the description below. All right, with that said, let's move on to the next question.
All right. So this one is from Robin Timsina, okay? And he said, Davinci, you talk about Bitcoin going to 100K or millions, but you also say that Bitcoin is very manipulated. So will they let Bitcoin go to 100K or millions if it's so manipulated?
Well, every market is manipulated. Every market is. And every market has been manipulated in the past. There is no such thing as a non-manipulated market. The second you sell something, right, you're manipulating a market. So, for example, let's just say you draw a picture that's considered artwork, and you decide to put the price on that, right? And you decide the price of what it's going to be. You manipulate the market because somebody else might want it for more, right? So that's not a manipulated market is not the something that you could say, oh well, that's bad, that's horrible. No, but what's happened is manipulation can only work over the short term, right? Over maybe over in the 5-minute time frame, like crazy. In the hourly time frame, a little bit more, a little bit less, but then a little bit less, than the 5-minute time frame. and on daily a little bit less, on so forth, and on weekly even less. So yeah, you cannot manipulate the overall trend, right, of any market. So for example, even the gold market, which is 1,000 times more manipulated than Bitcoin. Look what the price, they can't even keep the price down to like $1,000 or something like that, or below that, below any below 250 and stuff like that, pretending that inflation is not real. So for example, if we were to do the inflation calculator, let's just pretend, let's do that, right? Let's go over to an inflation calculator. Inflation. And find that on somewhere. Okay, here, I'm gonna bring it up. And let's just say that the Federal Reserve wanted to manage gold in such a way so that you would not know prices of gold has gone up beyond higher than it should have. In order for them to do that, they'd have to have pro gold prices today at $400. Based on their fake inflation, right? $400. Is gold at $400? No. Should it be a lot higher? Yes. But they can't manipulate the market to exactly what they want. Right? They will run it. The market is manipulated, but it's not manipulated fully. It's only and partially manipulated. And Bitcoin, compared to the gold of Bitcoin, the difference is night and day. I mean, if you bought a futures contract is like leveraged like 50 to 100 to 1. And when you buy any kind of certificate of gold, there is no gold backing it. Right? And people believe that there is. When you buy an ETF, you believe you own gold. You don't own jack, right? That's all part of the manipulation, and that does not exist, right? In the Bitcoin world, at that level, it does not exist at that level in the Bitcoin world. So you don't have to worry about that manipulation. It will come. It will come. I guarantee you that. Right? But don't worry about it for now. What you need to watch out for, again, I'm going to make this incredible call again when you'll see the top of Bitcoin, right? The next top of Bitcoin, and you got to be careful because that top could be tricky, right? Could trick you because it's going to be priced in dollars, and it could be the top, but you don't see the top because the price keeps going up in dollars, right? The top is going to be when we have an ETF, right? Once we have an ETF, that's the top. You need to get out, absolutely, because that's a method to suppress the price. All right, it's not going to suppress the price forever with the ETF, but it will. It will for the next cycle. All right, next question.
Okay, this is again regarding Pandoras Wallet. This is from Roman Guntert, and he asked, Hi Davinci, today I bought a 1-month subscription. Will I be a permanent member of the Telegram group? I did the subscription today, 2.5 hours ago. It's because yesterday he mentioned in a video with mmCrypto that he offer is it valid until today. He was curious about that.
No, it's not valid today, and I turned off the payment processor, so I don't see how you've purchased it today. So I'm not sure how that's possible. And if the payment processor is still working, then I will check on that after the video stream and have somebody turn it off, because there's no way. Because I knew this was going to happen, that's why I turned off. I requested that the payment processor be turned off at the time that we've allotted for purchasing the subscription. And so no, you will not be able to, even if it was not turned off, you're not going to be eligible for the unlimited access. But you will be you will have access to the 1 month access to the what's it called, Telegram group going forward. So just to let you know. All right, next question.
Okay, so this one is from Tennis Fever Online. And he asks, hi Davinci, how much centralized is Ethereum? What do you think about the fact that it doesn't have a hard cap? Thank you.
How centralized is Ethereum? Okay, yes. Well, Ethereum is very centralized, of course. Well, not very. I would say it's not too centralized in the sense that because they have like miners and stuff like that, and then they're going to go proof of stake. But the point is, it doesn't matter whether or not it's centralized so much, because we already know that they can change it and go, you know what, long-term capital management. Let's just say I programmed long-term capital management, blew up the whole system on Ethereum. They can roll things back very quickly, right? And they don't have to worry about that happening. Worrying about the end of the world happening because I blew it up with a bad DeFi, decentralized finance system that I programmed into it. So, with that said, right, that's why it's not the best system for money. And you know what? They never said that it is money, right? So just understand that. And so once you understand that, you can use it for what it really is. It's the ability to program in financial contracts into a blockchain and be able to use it as a decentralized system, right? Even because it is decentralized, meaning that there's no one person that really can do it. If the government decides to point to say no, you're going to have to do it our way, they can. If they try to do that with Bitcoin, no, not gonna happen. So yeah, that's the difference.
Okay, so this is a question from Bisman Power King, and he says, my dad told me that the bank sent him a note asking him to invest in the stock market. Do you have any thoughts around this?
Yeah, I mean, that's a trap, right? You understand that, right? The stock market could go higher, could go to all-time highs, because the Federal Reserve is printing, but they're printing because they know that the baby boomers, the majority bulk of the wealth is leaving the stock market, and they have to cash out, right, in order to enjoy their retirement. And so you're buying into heavy sellers, and you're buying with the Federal Reserve, which is printing money. Now, with that said, right, you're thinking, the Federal Reserve is going to hold me up, right? And yeah, you're right. It is going to hold you up. But take a look at what happened to Venezuela or Argentina with their stocks, or even the Weimar Republic. Stock market went crazy and all those hyperinflationary events, but the real value you lost money, you lost value. You weren't able to maintain your standard of living, right? Buying stocks, holding stocks, because the value was being lost in those stocks. They were going down, but they were not. You didn't see it. They weren't going down in the dollar, in the currency. They were going down in value, which you have to measure in gold, basically, in order to see it for real. So, best thing to do to see the value of the stock market is to always price it in something real. And the best real thing to price it in is gold. So let's just pull up, I'm going to pull up a gold chart here and then show you guys the Dow gold ratio. And that's how you should measure your charts. You should measure, that's how I'm going to be measuring Bitcoin going forward, actually, as well, after the next bull run. Here, let me just bring that up so that you guys can see that. And there you go. You can see that here we already topped out in gold on the Dow, and it's crashing. So we did a little bit of a pump. Now to come back to this trend line, but I think we're gonna now see the big dump over the next few months. So you'll see that in the months to come, right? This is a monthly chart. And that's the general direction, right? We're heading down, and you'll see stocks be priced eventually 1-to-1 with gold, right? The Dow Jones and the stock market 1-to-1. So the stock market could be 50,000, and gold could be 50,000, right? And so you just don't know where that is, but it doesn't really matter where it is, where they meet. They're going to. Meet, and that's how you tell where the value is. All right, next question.
Okay. So this is from Crypto Barresi. No, Crypto Baserri. He says, "Hi Davinci, how do you think things will develop in Europe, and especially in Spain? Things are looking bad here. Regards from Bilbao." I don't know if he means about the beer flu or what's happening, the economic situation in the European Union, which I don't think is too good either.
I think he means about the economic situation in the European Union. I think they're a basket case, and it's going to show basically in the next little while. We're going to see things fall apart, the wheels come off. It's going to be interesting how the wheels are going to come off in this situation, because obviously Germany runs the show, right, in Europe, and they don't want to bail out any of the peripheral countries such as Italy and stuff like that, but they're going to eventually need a bailout for themselves. So how they're going to deal with that situation where they need a bailout for their corporations but not bailed out the peripheral countries? That's going to be an interesting thing, and I'm going to be watching that with popcorn. With that said, we might see separation if they try to do the same kind of thing that United States is doing to their peasants. They basically go, oh, okay, well, we're just trillions for the rich, and here's a few dollars for you, right? So if that happens, right, yeah, you're going to see a revolt in the European Union, and that will be popcorn time. All right, next question.
This is from Marco. He said, "Do you think the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio could make a lower low? And I'm curious, what would that mean?"
If the Bitcoin,
Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio would make a lower low, and I personally am really curious on what would that mean.
Okay, let me just show you what he means by that. Okay, so if you price Ethereum into Bitcoin, which this is what I do, right? Whenever I do the little lady strategy, is I buy things, I measure things priced in Bitcoins. And so here, let me just bring up the chart. It's USD, Ether. Oh man, where is it? ETHBTC. Oh, come on. BTC, there it is, right there. Okay, so let me just show you the chart. So what he's saying is, what if we priced it in this in Bitcoin, are we going to create a lower low? Unlikely. I think, look at this thing. This is setting up for the this is setting up for the most beautiful W you've ever seen in your entire life. This is coming right down to here, and I don't think it's breaking down to here, breaking down that level. And then once we create a nice W and cross this line, it's see when I see you. Right? That's what I see personally. And I mean, even if it does make a new low, right? This is it goes to this level down here. I don't think it's going to break these levels either. And so this is definitely a huge, even bigger W if it comes down and goes, yeah, no. That's a bigger W, and it means an even more bigger launch pad for it to take off from. So, that means that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin, but that's a given. That's a given. All right, one more question, and we'll call it a day.
One more question. So I saved Kev Allen question for this. And he asked, do you have any good recommendations, any good book recommendations for understanding how markets are manipulated?
A book recommendation. I think how markets are manipulated is what's it called? Oh man, I had it on the top of my tongue and now it left me. And it is Market Wizards. Market Wizards from. Let me just see. Market Wizards. Interview with top Market Wizards book. Let's see here. Let's see here. Is this the book that I'm talking about? There it is from Jack Schwartz. No, that's not it. Oh man, I forgot now. I can't remember the name, but you know what? I will have to get back to you on that because I don't know. I'm blanking here. I had it in the top of my head and it just went poof. I hate it when that happens. All right. Well, let me just get one more question in.
Okay. This is from Chris. This is from Kiss. Oh my God! I don't know how to read names. This is from Chris K. Okay, from Chris. Can you ask Davinci if he thinks as oil prices are suppressed, this could lead to cheaper energy prices for miners?
If all markets are priced, meaning is it cheaper prices for miners?
Yes.
Miners in cryptocurrencies or
Yes.
Bitcoin, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Well, miners have been around for quite some time now, and this industry is quite mature. They know how to handle themselves. Only new people coming into the market don't know the situation. They don't know the landscape, and they are the ones that are going to get hurt and get crushed by the ones that have been here for a very long time. Miners know that they need to use debt. They can print money. They need to print money, buy equipment, pay for electricity, and hodl. Right? They know that they need the hodl for the $100,000 Bitcoin, and so they have to pay maybe the interest rate on their debt, but that depending on how what kind of rate you got, like you get 1%. That's for every dollar that you get from debt, right? You only have to spend one hundredth of your Bitcoins, right? So, hello. You get 100 times leverage, and then Bitcoin's going to go up 100x, so allowing you to wipe out your debt rapidly. So that's the advantage of using debt in this system for miners, and most people don't understand that. Most people just buy the equipment and pay for their electricity costs with their Bitcoins, and that's not the way to do it. That's the way to lose money, not make money, guaranteed. And you would have made more money just taking the electricity, buying the Bitcoins, right? The electricity cost, buying the Bitcoins, taking the mining cost, buying the Bitcoins. If it's your money, of course. Well, whether it's your money or your debt doesn't actually works both ways. Whether it's your money or debt, and holding the Bitcoins, right? It would be you will see far greater returns there, right? So it just makes sense to do that. So that's the best way to handle mining. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Right. Please hit the like button again. Once again, if we get to 1,000 likes, I'm going to be giving away a Ledger or Nano S. If you haven't seen the video popping up right here that my daughter has made, please check it out. All right, thanks for watching and cheers.
Bye.